Hi, good morning. I just wanted to say thank you for all those people that responded to the survey that we had sent out on leadership, and I wanted to share with you the results that we found through that survey. As a reminder, we collected some data as I was teaching a leadership seminar at SAS Global Forum 2009. The leadership seminar that I taught was really around managing yourself, managing upwards, managing laterally, and managing employees, and particularly what did that mean in terms of managing SAS employees. So we had sent a number of questions out asking people to respond, people that I knew in the industry, people that I knew were managers or directors or vice presidents or even CEOs, and asked some questions about what they thought was important in terms of leadership. So these are those results. The first question was really around which attributes or which qualities were important for a manager. And here we did a word cloud based on the information that we had received back. The larger the word that's appearing in this word cloud, the more often it appeared in your responses. Things like trust and integrity and supportive, mentoring, all of those things rose to the top for many of you. We also looked at what managers' values were important, and overwhelmingly we found that people liked other managers or liked people in their past when they refused to blame people but focused on fixing the problems and giving support. Again, we saw that in the word cloud. Showing respect for the team members, measuring the results instead of methods or styles, and maintains a good balance between people issues and business issues. We also asked a series of questions around interdependence. That is, how does a team relate to one another and how does one manage in that context? And the top three answers here were supports a team environment, considers the impact on other departments when making decisions, and recognizes and rewards the team. In terms of communication skills, the three top things that we heard back from you all was that they set a clear direction for the team, that they listen effectively, and they took the time to understand other perspectives. We wanted to share with you the direct results of those specific questions, but summarize them in the previous slides. So we got 46 people to respond to our survey. One person skipped this question. Again, you'll see the summary of the results here. The next question is on interdependence, and you'll see the results here as well. Question 5 was about communication, and overwhelmingly 57%, 58% almost said sets a clear direction for our team, listens effectively. All those things that we know intuitively as leaders but don't necessarily always do. Question 6 was on a manager's leadership behaviors. And almost 60% of the respondents said provide a clear sense of purpose and direction, roles and responsibilities for me and our team. I take this and relate it back to the book that Malcolm Gladwell just wrote on outliers, where he said the three things that really motivate people are a clear tie between effort and reward, having the autonomy to do your job, and a certain amount of complexity in your job. Really, and so what you're doing is tying that back to the vision or the organizational goals and objectives. Again, that came out pretty clear in these results. We also asked a series of questions that were related specifically to SAS professionals. One of the first questions in that series was around should you hire for potential? 65% of you said yes, 22% said it depends, and 14% said no. If we dissect that a little bit, what we discovered was that what the people who said it depends or no to the answer to that question usually were talking about tactical skill jobs, where they're looking for a specific contractor or someone to hire just to do a specific skill, and they didn't feel like they could hire a potential for those because of the need, the urgency in the business. We also asked, where do you find SAS programmers? And this was split. 30%, which was the highest of this group, is not an overwhelming contribution to the total percentage. Basically said we find them in our industry. And I suspect there's a lot of overlap among these questions, where people are looking for people. So 30% is industry, 20% is networking. That's probably the same thing. It's sort of related to where I work, what my employees think, who my employees relate to, what conferences and events do we attend, and just go out and talk and network to folks. One of the answers that stood out to me is that people like to hire people who already have jobs versus those that are being passed through by recruiters or consultants. And a small percent, surprisingly, used an online resource, and we actually bundled that with talking to SAS folks about that, SAS Institute folks. So I thought these answers were pretty interesting, and hopefully in this economy that you'll be able to find good programmers regardless of where you look. I want to thank you for, again, your contribution to this survey, and if you have any questions or comments about this, love to hear back from you, and I hope you have a great day.